Alright, so this initial part is also gonna kind of give you a taste of what, like, the first three episodes are a little more like. But as you've probably guessed from what I've been saying, it very quickly goes off the rails. Kind of similar to how episode 4 starts out. It's like, well, it's business as usual. It's a guide.
As we ponder drastic countermeasures against the new profound darkness, an extra-dimensional planet lies waiting beyond a connected subspace. Its name, Earth. Following a series of disturbances that shook Earth to its core, the state of Arcs had been changing. While photons exist, the profound darkness will return, no matter how many times it is slain. But we were closer than ever to pulling it out at the root, and preventing anyone else from suffering in its cataclysmic wake.
I kind of forgot there was a recap there. I'm not really sure why that we needed that. I mean, I guess for the profound darkness, but for the Earth episode, I don't think we really needed that.
Shao? We're here.
Haven't seen you two in ages. You look tense. Are you okay?
I'm good. We've all worked hard to reach this point. Guess I can't exactly tell you to relax. But don't worry. You two have my full support.
Okay, you two. It's time to take back Persona.
Off we go. It's Joker who looks kind of like. No, unless I mean, he's definitely not the voice. Not
While
Joker.
Persona
But
is playing host to the profound darkness, it's still fighting its control.
I don't know if there's like a voice actor connection at all. But I'm not familiar with Persona, like too familiar with it, so I wouldn't be able to make the connection myself. But if it's just on Lux, I don't know. Maybe it's just Sega aping again. You know what? In all honesty, I don't think a PSO SMT crossover would be that far-fetched.
Every time Arcs fights the profound darkness and starts to weaken it, Persona pushes back time. They rewind time to the point just before the profound darkness's revival, over and over again.
We can't just leave them like that. We have to save them, right?
Persona is the profound darkness's core. They still live on. Something you know better than anyone. Saving them won't be possible unless we sever their tie to the profound darkness.
If PSO SMT crossover would make PSO canon in Smash, which would open up a PSO Kingdom Hearts crossover. I'm not really sure how that would go. That would, I guess that would be extra acidy.
And even if we do save them, the profound darkness will seek out a new host body. It could make matters even worse. Our best bet is to erase the profound darkness altogether. We've just never had a way to do that. Until now, that is.
Exactly! Kitsuki's Ame no Mora
If I think about it, Dark Falls is just a heartless. Kinda, I guess, yeah.
No reason this should be any different. Just do the same as before.
What's the dark difference between Dark Falls and the Profound Darkness? The Profound Darkness is like the source of it all, and Dark Falls are they're closer to like the lieutenants.
With their help, I've managed to analyze the Ame no Murakumo's abilities and replicate them.
Yeah, something of a chain of command thing. It's kind of hard to describe because like the false spawn thing is not really an organization. It's kind of pure chaos, so any kind of hierarchy is extremely loose, but that's kind of the general relationship.
Your tie with Persona. Your weapon. Here it is. I entrust this power to you. You should be the one. The operation is straightforward enough. Cut through the profound darkness's core.
We didn't quite steal her sword, but we borrowed her power.
If you can sever Persona from the profound darkness, the two of you can wake Persona up together.
Absolutely. I've got so very much to say, right?
Alright, we're skipping straight to second phase. Yeah, it's basically, that there is a duel you have to win or else you die. The game deals like 100,000 damage.
Completed!
Jetski has a ton to say as its own for tag. Totally. Yay, we did it! We beat the Profound Darkness! The universe is saved!
I'm getting readings from Persona. You take it from here.
Right. It's time for us to...
Reach them! Save them!
What's this? Why is it getting all bendy?
Space-time interference? Where is it trying trying to jump? And why?
Readings! Gone! Tracking over!
Calm down, Sierra. There's nothing to trace. No signs in the area. We've completely lost them.
Oh no!
Oops, I guess we didn't save the universe. Seems to happen a lot. But we'll get it right one day.
Report from Earth Guide. No sign of our friend on Earth either, they say. I see. An urgent transmission from an operator. Is this a telescopic image? Space is warping. Is it a black hole? Those aren't terribly rare, but they sure don't just pop out of nowhere. It's not a star's gravitational collapse. It's an intermediate mass. Observed values are coming back negative. Its expansion velocity is crazy. If it keeps expanding at its current pace, it'll consume the whole universe.
Yeah, Earth Guide's apparently still around, just working in cooperation with Mother Core.
This black hole defies all logic. Oh, what's going on here? Does it have something to do with their disappearance? It's hard to rule it out based on the timing. I'll continue looking into both matters.
Sorry for the wait, ladies. I see you've been apprised about the black hole. That'll save me some time. I've got 2 pieces of news. First, the good news. We've located a reading.
Really? Then we have to save them!
Not so fast, Matoy. Next, the bad news. The reading is coming from inside the black hole.
Hooray! We're adventuring
It's
inside
the
a black
one
hole.
And only absolute rest frame. The origin point of the universe. Where planet Xion used to reside.
Yeah, this is Tiao, who is, effectively... I guess you could call him, like, a son of Xion.
That's where the Guardian is.
It's only a black hole. What could possibly go wrong?
Stop right there!
This is where Crom and Lissa find me. Totally.
You're a slippery one. But this game of tag is over. The deal's dead or alive! Waste her! What?
Don't take me lightly. I'm prepared to fight!
Corrupt, but still royalty. But you're taking us just as lightly, princess!
summoning circle? He's a sorcerer?
Yes, elf crow. Funny hairpin. I mean, I think it's supposed to be like Valkyrian wings, but it's weird. It's weirdly positioned.
Who are you?
The hell are you? Then again, who cares? Mess with us and you're both dead meat!
More ephemera? Steel yourself, stranger!
Man, I just love this stuff! Can't get enough of it! Get a move on, summons! Stop them like the pests they are!
Snort flowers. Cast magic. Seems legit.
Slaying our foes is the only way we can get out of this now. May I please request your aid?
I guess they've gone back to being capped at a little bit of a lower level, so I could probably use the katana again for a while if I wanted. Nice scream. I forgot about that.
Please, allow me to thank you again for your aid. I was in such a hurry to meet my brother, I failed to take heed of search parties. May I ask your name? I owe you my life. I do not exaggerate. I am being hunted by the ruler of this realm. Please, introduce yourself. My name is... That's quite enough of that, Lost Record. Well, now it is time to go ahead and back home. Huh? Is something wrong? Vanished. Goodness, who was that?
We're just getting really good at this randomly teleporting thing.
What the? How did you come back? More to the point, are you okay? Does it hurt anywhere? Oh gosh.
Gone in a flash, back in a flash. I'm glad you're safe.
We saved your copy of PSO2 and brought you back. Exactly.
Could you fill us in on what happened?
You're barking up the wrong tree. Sorry to send them back without warning. I was kind of in a hurry.
How did you get in here?
How? Well, I just went, and here I am.
A space cat girl. I mean, not quite, but her hair is very clearly styled to give that impression. So it's a little odd.
Oh dear, did I barge in on a private conversation? I should know to knock before entering a room.
This game and its thing for variant cat girls. I mean, let's be fair here, the cat girls are definitely not the weirdest thing.
Silly me. I've just been alone for so long. Common sense doesn't even occur to me. I'm not getting any teleport readings. She's not Arcs. From these readings, she's A body comprised entirely of photons? Well, she's not a full spawn. Do you know her? Wow, you all look so wary.
Look, we've had more than a few occurrences of crazy powerful magical beings teleporting into places and causing issues.
Who are you?
Oh, duh! You don't know who I am. Sorry, that didn't even cross my mind.
You like the space hair? Well, I'm glad you do then.
I'm Oma. Would it be clearer if I called myself the original Claris Crace?
So I don't know if this is gonna go too far into it, but like the original Aquarius craze was part of a party of adventurers that were kind of like, I guess, the heroes of arcs back in the day, and they defeated the elder form of Dark Falls. So this is kind of significant because supposedly she's dead, but she's not.
Right now, I'm Oma, though. I'd like it if you'd call me that.
Claris Grace the First? I thought she was dead.
Oh, my body's long gone. I'm like all photons now. I'm sure you know this, but my old body got busted up by Luther. Not my mind, though. The photons never vanished. I've been together with the Akashic Records ever since. Basically, I guess you could say that after I died, I turned into an Akashic Records ghost.
Spooky. Do you expect me to buy any of that, or can you prove any of that? Yay, variations on the exact same line.
What could prove it? Is there anything that can? Oh, I've got it! I'll show you my specialty. Watch closely now. 3, 2, 1, boom! What? But how? That's not teleportation! We felt this sensation before. The technique Luther used to control time? Yup. He fiddled around with me and finagled a way to copy that, I guess. By the way, if you call that a technique, Cassie will get super fussy and be all like, "It's magic, damn it!" Reggie and Mary would always shake their heads and act totally stumped. Oh yeah, Reggie and Mary are still around, right? They'd know who I am. I'm sorry. Reggie? Mary? Who are you talking about? I mean Regius and Maria. They're still alive and kicking, right? They wouldn't appreciate those nicknames. You can tell, huh? They always did tell me to knock it off with those.
They're both out on assignment. We won't be able to see them for a while.
Oh, that's a shame. Wait, meeting them wouldn't help anyway. They're not tied to Xion, so they wouldn't see me. You know Xion? Totally. We spent a lot of time together. I know about Xiao, too.
So people can only see you if they have a tie to Xion. Is that why you came to us? Akashic Records Ghost?
Yep. The way things are now, you're the only ones who can sense me. And you're the only ones who can do something about what's going on. I know this must be hard for you to swallow. I'll tell you everything I know. Could you at least hear me out?
You guys switch to tablet and watch from bed for a bit. Alright, thanks for watching in bed. Have a good sleep. Whenever you pass out, anyway.
Emergency mission alert. Large-scale deployment operation in progress. All ARCSOPs, report to the quest counter to join the mission.
Probably push on for another 40-ish minutes. That should give a decent example of what we're getting into. But without getting too late.
Let's review. Sierra, run an expansion progress simulation based on the new black hole's present status.
Yes, sir. Putting it on the monitor. This is the new black hole that popped up at the same time that you went missing. And this is a prediction assembled from a Florenberg black hole analysis based on present information.
Oh, I forgot how cheesy that cutscene
Everything's
is.
getting swallowed. The world will turn all black. Conventional black holes do not expand at this velocity. Something's clearly up here.
Alma, tell me something. You called yourself a ghost of the Akashic Records. This return was undoubtedly due to your power. The readings were inside the black hole.
It's real black holes definitely look like that. Exactly. Just, you know, om-nom-nomming their way through the universe. Just the normal black hole.
So it stands to reason that you were in there, and you came from there. Tell me, what's in there? Where does that black hole lead?
I think you know the answer to that, Xiao. There's only one thing there. The location where the planet Xi'an used to be. The origin point. The birthplace of the universe. It's the Akashic Records itself. And you got lost on that world. Let's call it Omega for convenience's sake. The world of Omega is the Akashic Records made manifest. Maybe it would be easier to say it's what the Akashic Records dreams of. Records made manifest? Does that mean that the string of events on Earth, that ether has something to do with this? Probably. Photons are tied to the Akashic Records. I bet photons fused with aether that became altered on Earth, and that's why they got all crazy. But I thought the Akashic Records were Xi'an, and she's gone now. Well, you're a little off. Xi'an is Xi'an. The Akashic Records are the Akashic Records. It's true that with Xi'an gone, there's no one left who can access the Akashic Records. But the Akashic Records are still there. It's just that there's nobody left to see them. The universe is still being recorded. So basically, the Akashic Records are a library, and Xi'an's a librarian? Oh, good one! That's a perfect comparison, I'd say. The library still stands, even if there's nobody around to manage it. Nobody was supposed to be able to access the Akashic Records to begin with.
Does seem like it would be problematic for someone being able to look into the records of the universe.
But the Akashic Records have manifested themselves as a single world. Omega.
The profound darkness jumped to this visible manifestation of the Akashic Records and fused with it, thus leading to the creation of a potentially universe-consuming black hole, I take it.
Dreams are what we see when our brains are organizing our memories. It's the same for the Akashic Records.
You know, because our universe is full of goblins. Because those are always in space operas.
I think the Akashic Records are dreaming while sifting through its memories of the whole universe. That dream has taken shape. Well, actually, it's a little more complicated than that. The thing is, malice has entered the dream. If we don't do something, everything's gonna be engulfed in darkness. The past, the future, all creation as we know it. That's why I came here. I'm gone now, but I still want to see the future that all of you and Shion worked to weave. I think I've covered everything I can explain. Would you be willing to help me out?
Yeah, we're just gonna let the black hole eat the universe. I'm in. Or I'm in. Or I'm in.
Thank you.
The profound darkness has infiltrated the Akashic Records. We have to slay it and sever their link. It's straightforward enough work. No different from what we've been doing so far. The thing is, I'm coming up blank as far as how to get there. And what Omega's condition is.
What is she doing? Hanging out on one of those exercise balls, only made of photons. At least that's my best guess.
First off, how do we physically reach Omega? There are no ARC ships capable of probing into a black hole.
Easy! We stopped time for the launch!
Why am I not surprised you can do that? Is it every Clearest Cray's job to pull ludicrously crazy stunts?
Sorry, I think I'm lost.
Basically, gravity doesn't apply when time is stopped. We bypass the black hole's innate supergravity by stopping time. Then we send you to Omega. The theory is sound, sure, but it's still crazy.
Yeah, the theory is sound. Yeah, sure, we'll go with that.
It's not crazy at all. I got someone out, so there's nothing stopping me from sending someone back in. Not gonna lie, though, it'll be exhausting to do alone. It would be so much easier if Clara's Craze were here. So, second, could you give me a hand?
Who? Me?
I could use another photon manipulation expert. You'll do fine, really.
It's all you, Matoy.
Okay, I'll do my best. You do the same and be careful, okay?
Sierra, you should head to Omega 2. I'll take over ship management for the time being.
You can count on me! Oh wait! Does that mean I'm going inside Omega? I'm not proud of it, but combat is not my thing!
Okay, I'll try to give you a form that will allow you to focus more on navigation. How about that, Sierra? Exactly what form it will be might depend on what kind of mood Omega's in, though.
I don't know about this. This isn't how I imagined my first field assignment was gonna go.
You know, first field assignment, jumping into black holes. You know, just what every operative does, right? She's gonna turn into a giraffe. Maybe. I've got your back, if you're scared, bow out.
I am scared, but I'll be fine if I'm with you.
You've got excellent visuals and good navigation. Aha.
Here's how this is gonna work. We'll approach the time-stopped black hole in the gateway ship. It'll be easier to send you over a shorter distance, so once you're ready, commandeer the gateway ship, okay?
Yay, we stopped time and still moved through. I'm not sure how that works, but
The world
yeah,
of
sure.
Omega is what the Akashic Records dream of. It's a jumbled up mishmash of all the records in the universe. The civilization and culture of Omega comes from random planets and eras logged in the Akashic Records. It's a waking dream spawned from the collective memories of an entire universe, so you're bound to run into all sorts of crazy stuff. I know I'm the one who asked you to go, but stay on your toes, okay? And take care of things.
Hey, listen. Hey, listen. Listen. Hey, listen.
Here! Over here!
Surprised? I was surprised myself. I was speechless. At least I can always stay close to you in this form. Okay, I, Sierra, will be your humble navigator. Let's start by finding a place with lots of life sign readings.
Wow, indeed.
This is a pretty imposing place. What do they do here?
You there! What are you doing?
You don't look familiar. Are you one of the king's minions?
Your strange garb is unquestionably suspicious. Identify yourselves!
We come in peace.
The little one speaks. What is this creature?
What? I figured I'd look right at home like this. Oh, jeez. What do we do now?
One from fully animated cutscenes to heads at the side of the screen. To a degree, I'm not quite sure what made Sega decide to, but it's kind of split half and half-ish. So we're gonna get quite a few like Fire Emblem style dialogue scenes like this. But the in-engine cutscenes aren't completely gone, so I'm not quite sure what made them decide to fully shift, though.
What's all the commotion?
Lady Harriet! My apologies for causing a stir. We found some suspicious figures skulking around. We were just about to apprehend them.
Suspicious figures? It's you!
Lady Harriet, no. Stay back. They're dangerous.
At least we've got our trusty flying fairy to get us through all of this. Yes. Always trust the fairy. As long as they're the kind who say, hey, listen, hey, listen.
How are they dangerous? They are my guests.
Your guests. Even if that were true, this is hardly the time.
The fairies, bird lady's giving you some fairy vibes too. Yeah, I think the intention is to make her stand out as kind of like almost mythical in a way. Because it's playing up the fancy nobility garb. Like, you might notice, like, this guy here is also pretty dressed up.
Varuna, I am most grateful for your consideration as my adjutant. However, I will be fine. Please allow me to handle this.
Yes, ma'am. Just call if you're in any trouble at all. I'll be right there.
Thank you, Varuna. Come, this way. This is my personal tent. No one will disturb us here. Do you remember me? You saved my life not long ago. Allow me to introduce myself once more. I am Harriet.
Yeah, they do those subtitle introductions too.
I would ask you a somewhat impertinent question.
Wonder if the animation team got their budget cut or something. It's possible. Although, I guess maybe it might be that they shifted where the budget is allocated. Because I do feel like like, watching this again, the facial expressions and movements are a little better. So maybe they focused on upgrading the rigs.
Do you know of me? Of this land? In fact, do you know of this world at all?
Pretend you know. Not in the least.
Yes, I thought as much. You wear foreign garb, you know nothing of us, and you wield overwhelming might. Truly, it is just as legend foretold. How long we have awaited you.
Yay, legend.
What legend is this now?
Nothing yet bad has ever come of legends.
Well,
Hey, that rumbling and stuff outside can't be anything good, can it?
What legend is it? The Legend of Zelda, clearly. Well, okay, then I guess we're fine, right?
Lady Harriet,
you may enter.
sorcerers have arrived at the Royal Army camp. They appear to be preparing for a summoning.
They're going to summon a castrum demonica here, aren't they? Strike the enemy camp before the ritual is complete. Varuna, muster all troops.
Lady Harriet, that would be dangerous. I think we should retreat.
If we keep retreating, they'll corner us at our stronghold sooner or later. We would be finished. And I can hardly flee alone while everyone else is fighting.
Lady Harriet.
We'll launch a pinpoint blitz. Varuna, notify the troops immediately. My apologies. I must take the field. I will give you a full overview later, should I return alive.
Well, that's some real confidence in yourself.
What's the plan?
You already know I answer a good question.
I sure do. Say no more. Let's go join Harriet.
Summoners! Prepare for Castrum Demonica summons! Crush the rebels who wreak havoc in our land! Stop the Castrum Demonica summons! Charge! There's just too many monsters, but we're this close! Oh man, keep pushing! We're through! This is it! Arx Demonica. You were one step too late! Come forth, Castrum Demonica!
It applies to find things to play because failing is the ultimate role model for video game protagonists. It's true. Oops, maybe slightly a problem.
Stand strong! Stand...
A Castrum Demonica has been sighted. Monsters are swarming the area.
Castrum Demonica? There's no breaching, it's Arx Demonica! All forces, retreat! I will take command!
All forces have retreated. Lady Harriet, you should do the same.
No! I yet have a role to play!
Lady Harriet, you wouldn't.
Let the secrets of the Buster be made manifest!
Lady Harriet, no, you can't. You know that no one has ever been able to control the Buster Tower before.
Yet control it I must! It is the only way to destroy the Castrum Demonica's Arx Demonica! Please, heed my call. Banish the encroaching darkness.
Buster Terror, but
Am I not good enough? Is my soul not? Boy, talk about a close shave.
maybe it's less a matter of them not wanting to animate the character models and more of them not having terrain and scene modelers. Yeah, that's a possibility too. Yeah, come to think of it, I guess this is probably skewed a little bit by confirmation bias, but yeah, I think I want pretty much all of the, or I guess not all of them, but most of the fully animated scenes are in existing locations, so I think your theory has a pretty good chance of holding water.
You! Why are you here?
We probably don't want the camera moving around a lot because there's nothing to show. Look at how flat and foggy this map is. That's true. It's a good point. Environments are real bare bones compared to Act 4. Yeah. Good eye, really. Can't just ignore you or you were shaking.
Yeah, exactly. We can't just ignore someone in need. A member of ARCS? No. A guardian would never abandon someone. A guardian? Thank you. Well, maybe don't thank us just yet. Not even a guardian can go non-stop against an endless stream of enemies. The enemy forces seem to be driving Harriet's troops back. We have to breach that barrier and do something about that kooky castle. But that barrier is airtight. Breaking through is gonna be hard. Can we hold out long enough?
I've got this or we'll figure it out.
The Buster Tower just stabilized. What is it, Harriet? There may be a way for us to break through the barrier after all. Allow me to place my faith in your might, the might of the Guardian.
A grotesque castle suddenly appears, bearing down on the battlefield. And with it, the entire battle changes for the worse. The Arx Demonica was birthed by the abominable fortress known as the Castrum Demonica. Said fortress is said to possess an impenetrable defense. It cannot be escaped from or assaulted. Those who try are crushed. More horrible than the castrum itself are the monstrosities that issue from its maw, mercilessly pillaging and murdering. Clearly, there remains no choice but to flee. At least, that was how it should have been. Just then, a visitor appears from another world. The arrival of a savior bearing the light of hope, who cuts through the wicked foes, assailing the princess. And the savior's strength will be etched into the annals of history forevermore. Our aim is to halt the enemy invasion as we destroy the opposing Arx Demonica and Castrum Demonica. Over there is the enemy encampment. Deep within stands the enormous Castrum Demonica. My soldiers have their hands full fighting off the monsters in the vicinity of the fortress. Eventually, try as they might, they will be overrun. The Castrum Demonica is the source of our foes. Should it remain standing, victory is unthinkable.
So we need to take down the Castrum Demonica in the middle of the enemy encampment? But what do we do about the Arx Demonica thing that's protecting it? That'll take some time to destroy.
We have a weapon for that purpose. I present to you the Buster Tower. The might of the Buster Tower can easily break through the defenses of the Arx Demonica. But my power is insufficient. I am incapable of managing such a weapon. However, earlier it reacted to you. It should now be possible to unleash its full potential. The Buster Tower is now capable of launching a Buster Ram, the only thing that can destroy the Arx Demonica.
The enemy is on the move! I don't think we have time to talk anymore. In summary, we use the Buster Tower to break the barrier. Then we smash the Castrum Demonica.
Yes, precisely as you say. A word of warning. If the Buster Tower is destroyed, it will mean defeat.
Okay, we're going into this blind, but let's give it a shot. I'll do my best to direct you. Good luck. Destruction of Arx Demonica confirmed. All that's left now.
The Dynasty Warriors game? If only. It's more like a tower defense game. It's part of why I have that theory that Sega is like, oh, well, there's a resurgence in tower defense. That's what all the cool kids are doing, right? So we should put that in our game. So, and yeah, there's like a forces gauge that kind of makes it sound like it should be Dynasty Warriors, but like we're not gonna see any allied forces whatsoever.
No sign of enemy activity. Take this chance to gather mana to summon a Buster Ram.
This stuff all got repurposed into the mining defense for the new Genesis urgent quests, which I feel like they did a pretty good job of cleaning it up and making it a lot less funky. You forgot you have allies in Dynasty Warriors? I mean, to be fair, the allies often don't do a lot.
Now, collect some mana from the surrounding area.
Yay, mana. I'm a real spellcaster now.
Enemy forces have commenced their incursion. We need to focus on protecting the Buster Towers.
But yeah, I guess this is also from a perspective of someone coming in like way after episode 5 was first released, but just looking at the infrastructure, like it feels like there is some kind of ranking system going on. So like I think Sega really expected this to be a huge thing, but from what I've read on the internet, everyone hated Buster defenses. And like I think it should become apparent fairly quickly why it's kind of I guess it feels kind of like a hack job, to put it not so nicely. And this is kind of just a tutorial mode, but like in the actual Buster defenses,
We need
there's
to penetrate the Arx Demonica and destroy the Castrum Demonica.
there's 3 towers usually, and it's terrible to do underhand, especially since the actual mode does a level down adjustment, which is not great. So now we're doing basically reverse tower defense, where we have to escort the They called it a ram, but I feel like it's not much of a ram, honestly. I guess it's more like a laser gunboat. We have to escort that over to each of the enemy turrets.
The enemy forces have been put down. Now's our chance to summon the Buster Rams and destroy the Arx Demonica.
I feel like that was really delayed. I think we should have gotten that message after, like, when the Buster Ram first started to power up its laser.
Time to attack the Castrum Demonica!
And then basically we destroy their command center.
Castrum Demonica's annihilated! Great work! Now head on back!
Actually, I guess the way that end part's handled, it's almost like they were trying to steal from MOBAs too.
On behalf of my people, thank you for your gracious assistance.
Anyone would have done the same. Or what's up with the enemy?
I couldn't agree more. It's what Arx does. Anyway, I'm curious about that Castrum Demonica and the Buster Tower. Let's start with the Castrum Demonica that kept popping out enemies. Was it a bunch of rocks, or was it actually alive?
It is a castle and a living thing both. They are living fortresses that call forth endless waves of monsters. Thus, Castrum Demonica. They are foul wedges, driven into the world by way of large-scale conjurations.
Conjure... what now?
Magic.
A type of magic that summons enslaved creatures from other realms. This may all be new to you, since you're both from another world. In this world, we have something called sorcery. It is a means by which one draws upon mana in the atmosphere to trigger supernatural phenomena.
It sounds comparable to what we know as photons and techniques. Maybe the reason it was so easy for me to analyze the Castrum Demonica and the Buster Tower was because they share similar roots.
Individuals can only harness so much mana alone. A person's sorcery prowess was generally limited to a fairly ordinary degree. That is, until these ephemera came along. Suddenly, seedlessly, ephemera, just the blossoms, began blooming all over the world decades prior. It came to light that the ephemera made extremely efficient catalysts for sorcery. One land mastered bodily enhancement. A second used them as regents for mind control potions. Another solved the riddle of replication. And in my land, they discovered the art of conjuration. The Castrum Demonica is the apex of conjuration sorcery. Once its ephemera-consuming summon is complete, it wedges itself into the ground. It deploys a highly durable Arx Demonica barrier and summons endless monsters to intercept its foes. Even the Castrum itself is quite deadly. It has been said to be impossible for someone on a human level to breach and conquer these fortresses, no matter what sorcery they avail. Furthermore, the act of summoning one consumes all mana and ephemera in the area, leaving no way to counter-summon another Castrum Demonica to fight the first.
So basically, the first side to summon a Castrum Demonica always wins?
Yay, super weapons!
Just so. The face of war in this world has greatly changed since the advent of the Castrum Demonica. The Buster Tower conjuration is what was invented to counter it.
Ah! The thing you were using in the fight just now, right?
It is a siege weapon, designed to breach the Arx Demonica generated by the Castrum Demonica, drawing upon the mana in the atmosphere. However, it requires an enormous amount of mana to control. Without ephemera, it was beyond our ability to harness.
But our friend here could do it, and we were able to destroy the Castrum Demonica.
Power always comes at a price. Sorcery requires mana. Technology requires hard work. Wielding such inordinate power at no cost is by no means a good thing. All this unrest, the tension between the nations of our world, the coup in my kingdom. Ephemera is the catalyst for it all. It's a fiendish flower whose nectar drives the world mad. Our aim is to eliminate it and restore peace to the land. No, the world.
World peace? Well, nobody could say you aren't aiming high. Not that I blame you. Harriet, would you be willing to let us have that flower? Channel your power into it. Channel photons, like you're holding a weapon. I knew it! Wait! You knew what, Harriet?
It is the legend I mentioned previously, a fairy tale widely known in our world since ancient times. It goes like this. When the realm is enshrouded in darkness, lament not, for a hero shall spring forth from otherworldly luminance, spirit guide in tow. The hero shall serve as a beacon and cross the path of light. They shall tread the path of the brave, shepherding all those who follow. In turn, those who take up arms shall guide wayward souls lost to darkness. Perilous is the path they tread, yet righteousness will prevail. Fear not our Savior, for by their hand shall light shine on blackest night, banishing the darkness forevermore. Visitor from another land, spoken of in legend. Or should I say guardian? Please, will you lend us your aid?
Gosh, the scope of all this just grew exponentially.
You know, she says that, but we're fighting to close a universe-consuming black hole. I feel like it really hasn't grown that much.
In fact, are you sure you're okay with all this, Harriet? I get that there's a legend, but we're clearly not from this world. Do you really want to trust random strangers with something so important?
Feels quite a bit tamer than the setup. Yeah, exactly.
The legend alone, I would have taken with a grain of salt. But you have aided me in my time of need. And twice now you've come to my rescue. That is enough for me to trust you. More than enough. To fly to someone's aid, without hesitation in a realm where you tread blindly. It's no small feat. I would trust you. With or without the legend.
I found a flower just now. It disintegrated in reaction to photons. That's an F-factor mass. As members of ARCS, we consider those a problem.
So from this we know that is widespread false spawn corruption, basically. So the scope of this is pretty much enormous from the get-go.
Besides, how can we say no when you're asking so nicely?
Thank you so much!
Well, we've gathered plenty of intel. How about we pop back to the ARC ship to deliver a report real quick?
The flowers aren't false spawn so much as they're like the false spawn corruption. So I guess you could more call it like a byproduct of false spawn presence. And obviously a very bad one since it's corrupting people and driving them mad, but I suppose that's nothing new compared to how false spawn corruption works in outside of Omega. Although it is really funny to see a bunch of armored knights snorting flower powder in order to cast spells. Let's see. Okay, well, I actually want to make it to meeting one other character, but... So actually, there's like 6 things in between. So... Like, that's gonna probably be at least another half hour worth of cutscenes. So maybe, well, let's see. Yeah, we'll do a world in disarray to kind of close things up for that section, and then we'll call it. So I think this is a direct follow-up on speculation, and then the rest of this is working its way towards our next mission in Omega. I could be wrong, and if we need to go to look back at the records as well, we'll do that. Actually... look back at the records might be something else. I might do that one as well regardless, just to see if it's what I think it is.
It's even more of a mess than I feared.
You're right about that. All this talk of sorcery and summonings, it's all over the place. Crazy doesn't begin to describe it.
What, crazier than a black hole destroying the universe?
For what it's worth, I don't think our world's history has any bearing on Omega. None of their attire or equipment is in my databanks.
There's a lot to process here, and it is rather jumbled, but we've gleaned 2 vital pieces of knowledge from this right off the bat. First, it's possible to return from Omega.
We already knew it's possible to return from Omega.
Second, it's possible to send you into Omega.
The Akashic records are a mishmash of multiple time axes. That's why Omega's history is such a jumble. But that also works to our advantage.
You're the only one who can visit the world on the other side. But a parallel version of you from another time axis should help you out. I'll trust your judgment as far as what to do on site. Helping this Harriet girl should help you learn more about Omega. It's a solid choice for a Guardian as well, of course.
So for the time being, our goal is to help Harriet out and destroy the Castrum Demonicas plaguing the countryside. We gotta run a full analysis of the Buster Tower for that. If we can emulate those, we might be able to produce our own facsimiles.
So, we'll probably be... Because there's a few storyline... I air quote storyline Buster Tower missions that just appear in the list, and we'll probably skip over those because they don't have anything for story content, and they're just a pain and really slow. And like, there's not really any danger of losing them just because it's super downscaled. And you can actually let the enemies really wail on the Buster Towers for a long time if you want. But we're not going to actually get any kind of group for it, so it's going to be... basically the not only the mode itself being rough, but just kind of like a rough mode at its worst.
Let's knock 'em dead out there.
Oh, I guess that was a short one. Alright, so I think this is something that tries to tie us back to like previous episodes. But this is why I want to check it.
So that's why I made sure to fudge things on my end this time. Guardian or not, regular medical exams are not optional. Is that clear, Matoy? Yes, ma'am. This is no laughing matter. That goes for you, too. Just because you're a Guardian, that doesn't mean the rules don't apply to you.
You and the second are different Guardians from Reggie and Mary. You have your own unique roles to play. I wonder what happened that led to that point.
Oh, that's easy. They've been fighting a grand battle against the Fall Spawn for a very long period of time. Of course, they started before I was born, so I haven't been watching them the whole time.
Hey, Sierra. Is there any way for us to look back at everywhere these two have been? I'd love to be able to see what happened on Arcs while I was gone. You know, just like you'd look over any other set of records.
I'm afraid that's not... Yes, there is a way. There is? Our friend here's experiences have been utterly invaluable, so of course I made a database out of them. That said, I haven't had a chance to organize it, and I can't be sure of their veracity unless our friend is here to help me.
Then come on, let's reminisce about your past together.
Yeah, so this is the perfect time to reminisce about the past. We'll just let that black hole keep eating everything. I'm sure it'll be fine.
It'll keep our info in order, and we'd all love to know what you've been through up till now. So I really think there's no downside here.
Alright, so it is what I thought it is. So, normally after viewing that for the first time, the game is like, oh hey, you can go back to previous episodes, and certain missions will have Alma comment on them. So, this is basically an in-game advertisement for the previous episodes in case, like we did here, we started with episode 4. So, I'm not sure what I'd really want to do with that. Because I'd sort of rather just keep doing episode 5, but there's a lot of stuff there that is pertinent to this, but it's a lot less insane in nature. Like, episode 2 and 3 are still very anime, but they're far more reasonable. Yeah, if we go back to redo the first 3 episodes, she doesn't comment on everything, but I want to say probably about a quarter of each episode has additional recordings added for what Alma has to say. But, like, I guess it's kind of weird because breaking off here would also be a very deep rabbit hole. Because it'd be quite a ways before we return to episode 5 if we do it that way. Or what we could do is like complete episode 5 and then we do the first 3 episodes or something like that. And then maybe do the last episode. But that's potentially a very long time, so... Oh, yeah. Regardless, though, I think I'm gonna leave this here. And I don't know, think about it. I guess maybe I might put up a poll too. We'll see. We'll see what interests everyone the most. So yeah, thanks for watching. I guess we'll be back on Wednesday for the last 34s of the Wish Cave in Mystery Dungeon, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. So we'll hopefully close that out there. We're in a pretty good condition, but things are getting a little scary. And then, depending on how I feel for Friday, we'll see what we do there. But I'm hoping to come back to the resetless streak and see what we can do with it. But we'll see. So yeah, thanks for watching everyone. Hope to see you Wednesday and have yourselves a good night.